On April 25, 2009, 17-year-old Brittany Drexel went missing from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Brittany had been visiting some friends at a local hotel when suddenly she disappeared. The police investigation into her disappearance lasted over a decade, and still the police were no closer to finding out what happened to Brittany. It wasn't until April 2022 when a confidential informant told the police that a woman named Angel Vows had made statements regarding Brittany's disappearance. A closer look into Angel's life would reveal that she was dating a registered sex offender by the name of Raymond Moody. Angel and Raymond became their prime suspects, so they brought Angel in for questioning. They begin by asking Angel what she and Raymond had been doing around the time Brittany went missing.
You see why I'm struggling a little bit with this? Just because, like, some of these things...
But, I mean, damn, that's a long fucking time. I can't give you a date.
No, I see that.
Or if it was Monday or Tuesday. I don't know.
Yeah, just some of these things aren't lining up with, like, some of the facts that we have.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I want to get into.
That's fine.
Okay?
But, I mean, I can't answer what I don't remember or don't know. I mean, if it's not lined up, I don't know. I just want to tell you what I remember.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
Good.
Hey, Angel, I'm kind of a direct guy, okay?
That's fine.
I'm not going to beat around the bush a whole lot. I don't want to waste your time.
Okay.
I've been doing this for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working this case for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask you a couple of questions. I want to discuss with you a piece of evidence.
Okay.
All right? And
That's fine. Go ahead.
I want to tell you beforehand that you've got to be completely honest
Okay.
with me, okay?
Okay.
So your answer, did you have any involvement in
With what?
picking up Brittany Drexel?
Hell no. Mostly did not.
She was never in a vehicle with yours.
I don't know if she's in my vehicle. I'm going to be honest with you, because he had my vehicle.
Okay. So you don't know. She was never in a vehicle with you.
No, never in a vehicle with me. No, period.
Okay.
No.
You're absolutely
Positively positive, too.
okay. Like I said, I want to discuss with you a piece of evidence that we haven't discussed with anybody else.
That's fine.
All right, and I'm going to go through it kind of slowly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you understand completely how important this is. During the course of our investigation, we were able to intercept conversations between individuals, and one of these individuals was a person that was responsible for taking
Brittany. What? Okay.
Okay? You tracking what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you a couple of quotes.
Okay.
All right. It's pretty much almost verbatim what was said by one of these people.
Okay. Wait a minute. I tell you what. Don't leave me there.
Why?
Because I'm going to leave.
Why?
Because if you're trying to accuse him of anything, then I'm not going to be involved in it. Because I say he didn't, okay? I say he did not.
I'm not accusing him.
I'm not, yeah, you are. That's what that was. I'm straightforward too.
Can we just talk?
No, I'm straightforward too. I don't think he did. And you're not going to involve him in it.
This has nothing to do with him.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
No, I'm not.
Let's give us one piece of
I said
information.
no means no. I got to go.
30 seconds.
Angel becomes very defensive when she realizes they are accusing Raymond of being involved with Brittany. Outside of the interrogation room, another officer has a conversation with Angel to get her to come back in. He explains the reason they were led to Angel is because one night while she was drinking, she was approached by a confidential informant who told her she believed Raymond was involved. This made Angel so angry that she told them that she had done it and not Raymond.
We're in here.
I'm back.
Okay, air conditioner's working because my office is hot. You know what? So,
It works in here. We'll chill it.
yeah.
Thanks for coming back.
Hold on.
You need anything?
I just need a minute.
You
Wait a minute.
need anything? Give me a
No,
ring.
I bet.
Y'all need anything? We good? Y'all need anything?
Good.
Good?
Okay.
No, don't need anything.
All right, thank you.
Anytime.
Okay. I'm back.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Thank you.
Because I know what the conversation is. Well, he told me. I didn't know. I just thought it was something, Ray said something, and I missed, I don't know. But, yeah, I did say what I said, and I was talking to Karen, a friend of mine, and I was highly drunk. We've been out all night drinking, and she kept asking me questions about Ray, and everybody that I was accusing Ray. So, yeah, I did say something. I did.
You want to tell me about it?
Well, no, it's drunk on it. I was just wanting everybody to leave him alone. So I put the blame on me instead of him.
Is that true though?
No,
What's
no,
the truth?
I would never hurt anybody.
What's the truth then? I
I don't know the whole truth. I don't know who it was that night.
I believe you, Angel, I really
I
do.
really
but
don't.
I do, I believe you right now, and I'm not,
And even Ernie asked me, do you think you did?
it's just that we're at the
I
point
don't
right
know.
now. Can I just explain one thing to you?
Yes.
What I want you to do is, it's most important, at some point in time, this to tell the truth. You've been living with this, you're a person with a conscience, right?
Yes.
Like, and I'm not saying what recording is what recording, I'm not acknowledging
Yeah.
any of that type of stuff, but all we're looking for, we need your help,
Yeah.
right? To piece this thing together.
I know.
I was not about to, what my belief is that it does, depends upon the evidence.
Right.
And all we're looking to do is to find out what you know about what happened that week.
I
that
know
day.
all I can tell you, because I don't know where he was. I don't. He did have my vehicle. I don't know where he was.
You don't know where it was.
I don't know where he was. I do know he called me and he sounded upset and all this kind of stuff. He didn't say anything about why he was upset. I don't know. I don't know. Do I think there's a possibility? Of course there's a possibility. I'm not stupid. I do know that. But I don't know anything to say, yes, he did. I don't know. But do I have to do sometimes because I don't know where he was, and he wouldn't tell me where it was. And he did have a couple scratches on it. So I don't know. I don't know.
Angel claims that when Raymond had returned, he had scratches on his face. Giving up this information could either be because she wants to earn the detective's trust, so if she does lie, they will believe her later on, or she believes Raymond did it, and she is doing her best to help the police.
That night he had a couple of scratches?
Well, he's had some scratches, and I was trying to remember if it was from me or something. I can't tell you that he did, because I don't know that, I can't tell you that he didn't. I don't know. I do know that he had my vehicle, and that's one of the reasons I was meeting, was to trade vehicles out.
That night, you remember it being that night?
That night, yes.
And you were for sure at work?
I was for sure at work, but not all evening. I was off earlier in the day.
Okay, and we have, so this is stuff we're looking, we have telephone records,
Yes.
we have license plate reader records, we have credit card records, and we have part of the story,
Yeah.
right?
And I think maybe that day, so, and I mean, that's, all I can tell you is what I know for sure. I know for sure that he had my vehicle. He had asked me for it to trade vehicles, and I didn't ask why, big deal, And the first time I traded vehicles, so we traded vehicles, And then I do remember him calling me early in the day. And I was off, but I just didn't feel like, meeting up at that time. So I told him, yeah, I will meet you. So that evening I did meet him.
Down by the
Yes.
hotel by the lane,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you traded vehicles?
Yes. I
what?
took my vehicle and he got the red.
SUV?
Yes, and he got the red truck.
You took the red truck?
Yeah.
And you took the SUV, where did you go?
Where did I go? I think, to be honest with you, I went to town and met him back at the apartments. I don't know, maybe an hour or so later. He was at the apartment. So I went back to his apartment.
And he had your SUV, right?
And I had the truck.
You had the truck at work.
Yeah, no, at the house too.
So were you at work that day?
No, earlier in that day, I wasn't at work that afternoon.
That
or
night?
anything. When he called me the first time, I was not at work.
Okay, so about 9 o'clock at night
No,
is when
I was
Brittany,
not.
where were you at 9 o'clock at night when Brittany?
Oh my God, I was at his apartment.
You were down at
I was at the apartment.
by the lane.
Yeah.
Were you guys in phone contact at the time?
Yes.
And what were you talking about?
Oh God, I can't tell you exactly.
That's you're such a smart
but I
person
don't
and you have a great memory.
But I do have.
Like you passed all these exams.
Yeah.
Like, people
I really don't,
they're
but
nurses.
It's a phone conversation. I have 100 of them.
But the point is that's on a day that somebody went missing.
Yeah, but it wasn't
A
anybody I
person with a
knew
conscience
thought about
remembers.
it.
But a person with a conscience remembers
Yeah, if
that.
I was involved or had, worried about it, but I didn't at the time. But I think we talked a few times. Not just one. We talked a couple times. I don't remember.
So you were sitting at the Sunset Lodge.
Oh, that's it. Sunset Lodge. That's it.
Yeah, you said it in the last time. So
Yeah.
so you were sitting at the Sunset Lodge that night,
That evening.
that evening.
Yeah.
And you want, tell us exactly what your recollection is,
Of the whole evening?
please.
It appears that Angel has a great memory and is able to recall events that took place almost a decade ago, as if they happened yesterday. Is this because she really does have an amazing memory, or is her story a lie that she made up recently to explain the evidence?
My recollection is about I went to the apartment. First time I went to the apartment, he wasn't there.
What time?
I'm gonna guess 5, 6, somewhere around there.
He was already up, you know where he was at?
No, he didn't tell me where he went. And I asked, but he didn't ask.
Fair.
I mean, but he didn't tell anything to me. It wasn't a big deal, whatever, Actually, I thought he was probably meeting Ernie, to be honest.
Okay.
So, I went back to my house. He called me, said something about trading vehicles, and he wanted me to meet him. And I said, all right, what time? He said, give me about an hour.
Do you remember, so we have the phone records. Do you remember when those calls?
Oh, my God, they were in the evening, like maybe 8, maybe 9, when I met him, somewhere around there.
Okay, so you drove from your house in his truck?
His truck.
And you met him at the lodge,
Yep.
and he had your vehicle,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
traded vehicles,
Yes.
and you left,
No, I stayed the night.
you stayed there.
I went and got something to eat in town, but I came right back to the apartment.
So what happened the rest of that night? What happened between you and Ray the rest of that night?
The rest of that night,
Those other things happened.
yeah, I don't remember everything. I really don't. I know he's left for a little while. Came back. But he told me he went to Ernie's. I don't know if he did or not. I really don't, I don't know. I can't tell you that.
And you might have.
Just
So
go ahead.
there's a series of calls at a peculiar time.
Okay. What's the cause? What time? I don't know.
Like, that are different, like super early.
Yeah, I told you he left at some point. I don't know where he went.
So what was the conversation?
Well, one conversation was where he went.
One was kind of lengthy, one lasted quite a while.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I can't tell you. I don't remember being on a lengthy conversation. Maybe he was going off about something, which he does sometimes. Still does that.
Hmm.
I really don't. No, I can't tell you conversations.
Okay.
I do know he left at some point. Told me he went to Ernie's. Do I know that? I don't know. Like, I only know what I'm told. Like, I don't follow him. I'm not chasing him down.
I totally believe you. But
So I don't know where he went.
we're trying to line the story up with the
I know.
phone records.
I know.
So if the phone records put you guys in a certain place. and
Yeah,
time,
it is highly
the story
likely.
has to be consistent.
Yeah, if he went somewhere in the middle of the night, then yeah.
And so there's no reason your phone, and maybe, you might be surprised how much I believe you in some of these things. Is there any reason that your phone or you or a credit card would put you on or near the boulevard
Mm-hmm.
that evening, not at your house, that evening between, say, 4 or 5 p.m.?
Well, my card was in the vehicle.
Your what?
My card was in the vehicle.
Your credit card?
Yeah, in the glove box.
Does he use your credit card?
We've used it before to get gas and stuff like that. I just tell him, you just go in and pay or whatever.
What about another type of purchase that might have been done?
I don't know what purchase was done. I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying that there's,
There's, like I said, I don't know. It was in there. My card was in there, which is where I kept it, which is, you go to my card now, I left my card's in there.
would your phone have been in there too as well?
It could have been, I don't know.
So you're saying your phone and your card could have been on the boulevard
Yeah.
that evening?
But I haven't
you
had
were
to
not?
phone. No, I was not.
Is there anybody that can?
Yeah, my
corroborate
son. That's about it.
that? When he met up with you, did you get your phone back?
Yes, I did. Because he did call me on my son's phone.
The reason they are focused on the phone and credit card is because they have records putting both of them near where Brittany was when she went missing. They also have video footage of her vehicle around the same area. What's interesting is that Angel has a simple answer to the evidence. She claims that she left both her phone and credit card inside her vehicle, which Raymond took after they did a vehicle swap for some unknown reason.
And what happened the next
One
morning?
time, and then when Benjamin got my phone, he did call me on that phone a couple times, and I went to the apartment. He met me. I stayed there for a while. We got something. He went back to the apartment. Some point in the middle of the night, he was gone because he called me on the phone.
Some point in the middle of the night.
But can I tell you where he? I don't know. I don't know. But that's happened a lot in our relationship. He might go to bed with me, and I'll wake up at some point. He's not there. Most of the time, though, he was at Ernie's. But do I know that's where he went? I can't tell you that's where he went. I don't know. I didn't call Ernie to look. Like I said, I'm not chasing some guy. I'm not keeping up with him. Who does his business or just mine. That kind of thing. So I can't tell you where he was. I really can't. I can tell you I wasn't with him, but I also can tell you I was with him later on.
And you can't tell us what exact time?
I can't even tell you an exact date.
Was it before or after midnight or anything?
I was with him some before midnight, but after midnight, he disappeared. I don't know where he went, but I do know at some point he disappeared.
In what vehicle?
I don't know, because he came back right after that. I was in the bed. He called me one time, and then I called him one time. I think that's how it went. I can't remember exactly.
And I'm just trying to...
I'm thinking he took the truck, but I can't promise you that.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I understand. You said that when you came back and you switched vehicles, you stayed the night.
Now, I went, got something to eat in town, came back, stayed the night, because I got something to eat, called the kids, went home.
Why'd you switch vehicles? Just to go get something to eat?
Well, he was going somewhere, and I didn't know where he was going, and I already didn't know where he was, so yes, I took my vehicle.
The detectives are trying to figure out why they switched vehicles and why Angel is adamant they made the switch. Did they really switch vehicles, and if so, was the switch a way for Raymond to cover his tracks, or was Angel involved?
And did you have your son's phone, or you called your son's phone?
He called my son's phone to talk to me.
Because
Because he said he had called me, and I didn't answer.
Did he say where he was at?
No, that's why I told him. I said, "Are you in town?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, are you ready to tell you?" He said, "No, I got a couple things to do." He said, "I'll call you when I'm done." I said, "Okay." So he called, told me he was on his way back. He didn't say from where. So I went to the apartment. He wasn't there. Waited a few minutes, still wasn't there. So I left. And then I went back later.
Okay. So if the vehicle was on the boulevard at the exact time, pretty much, that Brittany goes missing, then your recollection is that would have been Ray in your vehicle, if that was your vehicle?
That's it was my
By
vehicle.
himself?
Yes.
As far
As far as I know, but like I said, he went to Dave Rossi talked to, said, did he meet with somebody? I don't know. I didn't ask, I don't want to know,
Yeah.
So I can't say he was by himself. When he left, he was by himself. When he came back, he was by himself.
When you saw him back at the lodge, he was by himself?
He was by himself.
You mentioned you went to Ernie's and got clothes?
He did. Not me.
Right.
Me and Ernie were not friends at that time.
You mentioned he took your car there,
Yes.
but you also said that you guys had exchanged cars.
Yeah, I said when we were back at the apartment.
Right.
He left because we went back to the apartment.
Right.
According to Angel, she met Raymond in town to switch vehicles, only to meet back at the apartment, where Raymond would then go to Ernie's in her vehicle. Why drive out to town to switch vehicles instead of waiting until they met at the apartment and do the switch then? Also, why did they even need to switch vehicles? These are some of the many questions the detectives have about Angel's story.
So if the vehicle was that night at the landing, right, that would not have been you, is what you're saying?
Oh, no, not me.
The time that you took your phone in that vehicle and you were never at the landing that evening?
No.
Oh, it's like an innocent explanation for doing that.
No, I don't think I was at the landing. I mean, because we met back at the apartment.
Yeah,
He didn't go with me to get something to eat.
right.
No, I don't think it was just landing, no.
Okay. Because that's the opposite direction. Donald's in town at the landing, from the lodge is the other way.
The landing's out towards the Maryville way. McDonald's is right here in town, like right up from y'all.
I mean, you know, and I'll be quiet in a minute, but like, so, like, obviously whoever did this made some, like, mistakes that night, right?
Well, it wasn't just them. There was other girls out with us, and it was just, I was drinking, and it was just bombarded, you know?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
It was all over town anyway, it was on the news.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I'm with him, so yes,
Yeah.
I get harassed all the
I
time.
know, I know.
You know, it's just bullshit of what he did when I didn't even fucking know him.
Yeah.
So, you know, so yeah, I was frustrated, I was drunk, so I got pissed off. I was like, yeah, no, fuck, you didn't do it, I goddamn did it. You know, so, no, and then I don't even know what else. I was drunk. I know what I said something about the girl hit on him or something. I don't even know what I said. You know, to be honest with you, yeah, I did say I was pissed off. I just wanted to leave him alone. And leave me alone.
The police find it very strange that she said she did it and claim she only said it because she was tired of people accusing Raymond. It's possible that she was very intoxicated the night she said it, but the police have to take that statement seriously and look into why she said it.
So, yeah, it's stupid. But guess what? I did it. You know, I can't say I didn't. I did.
Yeah, I mean, there's more conversation.
There's a lot of conversation.
That's
Yeah,
what you're talking
because
about.
everybody else left, and then it was just me and her.
No, but I'm saying that incident you're referring to, like that there's other evidence, right?
Yeah.
That some of the stuff I was talking to you has nothing to do with whatever you're talking about. But so the, you know, and we're trying to piece this thing together because the person who did it that night, they made some mistakes, right? Like, for example, they kept Brittany's phone on, and they kept their phone on. So the phones moved, obviously, from
Right.
all together. So what's the chances of somebody being on Ocean Boulevard at 11th Street South
Right.
at 1 minute,
Mhm.
and also being at the North Santee, which everybody in the news knows that's where
Right.
the searching was done. So
Exactly.
who would have been at those two locations?
Right. I get it. I mean, I do get it. You know, I just like I told him, I get it. You know, I took him to the motels we usually stayed at, but I know he did not stay at the beach that night. He was not at the beach, so I know he came home. I know that.
Right. And
So-
I agree with you. I think he did.
So, you know, I can't answer those questions, you know.
Yeah.
So in my mind, because I've known him so long, I'm
Yeah,
thinking, it has to be something concrete, and I just don't have that.
I know. Hey, you're stuck in a bad position here, like, and we're asking you questions and you're volunteering information. We're trying to just find out the truth, and really, if we can eliminate you,
Right.
that
But
helps.
I can't sit here and lie, I don't remember. I'm not gonna do that. I just don't remember. I mean, some things. I remember a little bit here and there. I remember, you know, some vehicles, I didn't remember the black vehicle. And then I didn't remember later on about having the Kia until I remembered the kids ragged and I had to get, you know, so, I mean, it's a long time. I just don't remember all that.
He's never said anything to you?
No, he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't offer information. He's not that kind of person. He's just not. And he doesn't talk about things that have passed him if I ask him, because he says he just wants to leave the past in the past and get on with his life. Okay, I get that. You know, I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not straight and narrow. The stupid shit when I was younger too. You know, and I just don't want to talk about, you know, even when people ask, I remember when you were 20, no, I don't, you know, I don't remember. I don't care. I don't want to remember, you know. So, but, you know, I mean, could he have done it? I know he could have. You know, I do know that. But do I want to believe that? No.
I know you don't. I believe you. I believe you don't. You don't.
It's unclear if the detectives believe that she was involved. Either way, they know they need to use her to get more information on Raymond.
We think you have an opportunity here to possibly discuss some things with him about this. We think that you both might have some information that might help us, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to have to continue to investigate this,
Right, of
and we're going to
course.
have to continue to talk to people about this.
Yeah,
But
I get it.
if we go do that and the word gets out,
I
like,
know.
that's what we want. That's why we were
I know.
honest with you when you got
That's why you're
here.
here. We tell nobody. We don't want anybody to know your business, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if what you're saying is
Right.
true, we've got to continue,
I know.
right? Because there's a lot of evidence
I
that
know.
shows vehicles,
Right, I know.
phones.
I got it.
What else?
What do you think you could do to help us out going?
What do you want me to do? Is what I'm asking, I mean.
At the end of the day, we're looking for Brittany, the body, right? So that is the gold, that is a golden ticket,
I'm sure it is.
right?
Yeah.
And we believe, like, that you might be able to help us, and if, let's just say if Ray was involved in that, then he would obviously know where that's at.
Of course.
So if we're, like, we were interested in your ideas, if we were to ever to try to find that, that's really what the goal of this case is, right? Is to do that. So if there's anything that you could think of,
I would say the best thing to do is put a bug in his vehicle, is all I can tell you.
well, how would that lead us to her body?
Is there any chance he could have had another role?
Another what?
Could he have been involved in another way?
What do you mean another way?
I'm asking.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you mean another way?
When he left,
Mhm.
could that have had something to do with it?
When he left,
In the middle of the night?
did it have something to do with what? Brittany?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I mean, he said it was Ernie's. That's all I can tell you. You know, but could it have? Of course it could have. You know, could it? You know, I don't know.
What do you think you would say?
I was in the beginning. I was very nervous about it. I really was. You know, because I didn't know. And he won't say anything. You know, so I didn't know. I still don't know. So does it make me nervous when people bring it up? Yes, it makes me nervous. You know, of course it does. Because I'm living with somebody who could have.
Right.
You know.
If you asked him if he was involved, would that be different?
No, he said no. I mean, I can try to ask him, I mean, again, you know, but first thing is going to be, he knows I'm here,
Right.
but he thinks I'm meeting for some other reason.
Yeah.
First question is going to be, did they ask you about me? That's going to be his first question.
Okay.
I mean, he's real, I mean, he's suspicious.
Mhm.
Believe me.
Still?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Not even about anything to do with this. I mean, just, always if somebody comes up, who's that?
Yeah.
What do they want? Why were they here?
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, he's very suspicious. You know, it's just his nature. But he's been that way since I've known him. So.
I mean, they did talk to him about when they went out to your house initially,
Mhm.
when they got the girl out of there,
Mm-hmm.
Alicia.
Yes.
So you could say. Sure.
Oh, that is what I'm telling him.
Sure,
That's
he did.
exactly what I'm telling him.
You had mentioned a bug. Is that something you think would work? Is that something that you think you could do?
Oh, yeah, I can do it.
Angel agrees to do everything she can to help with the investigation. Before she leaves, the detectives have one last question for Angel.
But our sincere goal is to get the truth and work with you.
Right.
Like, we genuinely want to do
No,
that.
I mean, I get that. I believe you.
Because there's a lot of evidence that points at you.
Right.
And
I'm sure.
if what you said happened, and that's true, and we can prove that,
Right.
that's critically important. And we would want to work with you to try, we just want the truth.
Right. I know.
Like, and whatever it is, and we think you might know,
Right.
right? But we can't wait. So, but we want, out of respect for you, we'll say, hey, look, tomorrow,
I'll meet with you tomorrow.
if we meet tomorrow,
Right.
if we can meet tomorrow here, and we have this discussion,
Right.
think about like where you're at right now, and then we make some decisions and we want to move forward together.
Okay.
That's our goal,
That's fine.
right? I mean, that's really where we want to be, and you gotta believe that, because we just want the truth.
I know you
And
do.
ultimately, we want to just find Brittany.
I mean, I do believe. I do believe.
And that would, anybody that would have that information would be holding a very, very valuable, very, very valuable card.
Oh, I know.
Like, if they were very scared that they're in trouble, they also have significant
Right.
leverage,
Yeah.
right? Right now, and if that leverage goes away, if I had that leverage and I got hit by a bus,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's gone. Like, there's no chance of getting that information.
Well, let
So,
me tell you this. I don't care what. Don't I? I promise you, on
Yeah.
my children's life, and I lost a son in a car accident.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't know where Brittany is. I don't. I
I do,
really
I believe
don't.
you. Like, we want to work with, but we want to try to get there.
Yeah, I know you do.
And if there's little pieces early on that you
Right.
can remember tonight and say, maybe it was just I was riding in a car when something happened.
Right.
Then, okay, let's work with that.
I get you.
Right?
I
And
get
then we work with it together. And you say, but I don't want people to know this. Then
Right.
We work with you on that. So
I
maybe
know.
we can do it this way. But we need to know, and you might be shocked how much I believe you.
Right.
Really? You might be shocked how much I believe you, but I also know that there's facts in there
Right.
too.
Yeah.
And we're willing to give you that time, right? Because we appreciate you coming down here, and it's a lot we're dumping on you, okay? But I think this is also the path to like kind of get, like, you've got all this stuff in your mind because you're a person with a conscience, right? Some people don't have a conscience.
Right.
That's not you. You're a grandmother. You have all these things, and you feel bad if you have information.
Right.
We're not accusing you of something you didn't do. We just want to find what the facts are and then work with you on that. And if it doesn't result in finding Brittany, then so be it.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't get there, but I think you could help us get started down that path. And if we just wanted to go out there and screw with you, we would have went out there and screwed with you.
Right, I know.
You know, so does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The police would watch Raymond and Angel over the next several days, but unfortunately, they were unable to get any new evidence against them. 1 week later, Raymond surprises the police department by coming in and confessing to the crime.
The only person who ever told this story to is my lawyer. Angel never even knew the real story. She never knew. Anyway, when I was going down Ocean Boulevard, we were going along pretty slow driving. I was driving, and pretty walking speed. And I saw the Drexel girl walking along on the sidewalk, and I was smoking pot. She noticed that, walked over to the door and said something about that smells like good weed. I said, yeah, you want some? Sure. Get in. She hopped right in the back, we had a problem. And we smoked the weed, went down the boulevard, and we're just small talk. Angel's not really saying anything. But we're smoking the pot, and I said, hey, you want to party a little bit with us? We're going to get some cocaine, you know? She said, sure. So we started driving. We were just driving around, smoking, talking. And went right into Georgetown, went right to a spot where we used to camp out down by the river. And we went down there, and I was by myself with her, because Angela left for a while to go see her son. As things got out of hand, and I panicked, and she panicked, and I strangled her.
Raymond's story was completely different than what Angel had told police. Angel claimed that she was never in the car with Brittany, and she had never left the hotel they were staying at. According to Raymond, Angel was with him when he picked up Brittany, and together they went to a private hangout spot. Raymond says that Angel left him alone with Brittany, which Angel never told police. Angel was never charged in connection with the crime, even though there was evidence that pointed in her direction and she lied to the police. The police also found it very strange that Raymond came forward only after Angel was considered a suspect. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. Do you think Raymond confessed to protect Angel? And if so, was it to protect her because she was involved? Or because he was worried she might be falsely accused and end up in jail for something she didn't do?
Brittany's mother, Dawn, and Chad, and Father John were promised that every resource would be used to find the answer of what happened to Brittany, where did it happen, how did it happen, and why did it happen. The why may never be known or understood, but today, this task force can confidently answer the rest of those questions along with the who is responsible. The who is Raymond Douglas Moody. His date of birth is May the 9th of 1960, and he is a white male with an extensive sex offender criminal history.
Raymond showed police where he buried the body, which was returned to the family. Raymond was found guilty, and he will be spending the rest of his life in prison.
I don't have the words to express how horrible I feel. And I've felt ever since that day very, very sorry.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new content coming to this channel.